Luke 11, verse 1 to 4. Chris, can you read this one for us, bro?
One day, Jesus was praying in a certain place. When he finished, one of his disciples said to him, Lord, teach us to pray, just as John taught his disciples. He said to them, when you pray, say, Father, hallowed be your name, your kingdom come. Give us each day our daily bread. Forgive us our sins, for we also forgive everyone who sins against us. And lead us not into temptation.
You know, what's interesting here is that his disciples show you the heart of a disciple, right? Because remember, a disciple means student and teacher, right? A student and follower, rather. So you see here, the disciples are like, Lord, teach us to pray. Now, do you think they didn't know how to pray before? No, I mean, this is like chapter 11. Exactly. So they were praying before, but then they heard Jesus pray and they were like, I don't really know how to pray when I listen to this guy pray. All right. So, but what's cool about this is that to be teachable takes initiative, you know? And so, and as you're studying Tapello, I want to encourage you, ask questions, be a disciple, ask questions about things you're not sure about, ask questions about things that, you know, you want to get input on, like even what we're talking about with just some of the abuse you dealt with your dad, like, you know, how to forgive. I want to help you with that. I want to guide you through that, you know? But we do need to learn these things. Well, then Jesus gives essentially a template on prayer, right? And you know, like how your family, you know, you said they were Catholic, right? They with the ancestor worship stuff, like they're Catholic, but at the same time, they have like Catholic prayers, you know, Holy Mary, Mother of God, bless us in this time of trial. Like, they have all these like specific prayers, but that's not like what you know, Chris used to be a former Catholic, you know. So you should talk to him so he can give you some insight there. But what's powerful here is that this is a template on prayer. So this is not like saying the same thing over and over and over and over again. Jesus is giving us an outline of what to talk about. So for example, it's actually called by scholars the ACTS prayer, ACTS, right? A stands for adoration. Father, hallowed be your name, adoring God, thanking God for all he's done, right? And who he is. If we were 1 mile closer to the sun, would burn, 1 mile further away, we'd freeze, spinning a little faster, would fly off. I mean, God has made us true. He's made this planet, everything, just incredibly. Then C stands for confession, you know, forgive us of our sins, you know, asking God to forgive us of our sins. T, thanksgiving, you know, being grateful for the daily bread that we have. And then supplication, asking God to supply our needs, right? Lead us not into temptation. And so it's important for you to pray this way because very often people pray about supplication all the time. God, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me, give me. It's like God's a genie or something, right? But they don't take time to really adore God, confess their sins, or even thank him for all the things that they've received. So is that something that's helpful for you there? Yeah, this is great because I was wondering how to really work through praying because, you know, sometimes I just like feel like it's just, I don't know what to say at times, but this is helpful. This gives me that template. So I don't have to just like read this and say this like 10 times a day or something. No, you don't have to do that. No, this is a template in order to know how to pray. Make sense? Awesome. All right. Well, let's keep going here for the sake of time. Turn over to John 13. And, you know, one of the key things about prayer, it really does help us to deal with sin in our life and also to love. Because to be honest with you, I've had to fight to deal with sins in my life, you know, whether it be getting open about certain sins, whether it be impurity or other things in my life when I was a young Christian, or whether it was deceit, whether it was just praying through things in my character, helping me to love others, you know, because sometimes I know you may think that just because I'm a minister and stuff, it comes easy for me, but I've had to pray to love certain people. You had to pray to love people? Oh, sure. What do you think? You think it's just easy for me to just love everybody all the time? What am I like? No, it's tough. I mean, for example, you know, you talked about your dad. When I was young, I was in the Boy Scouts. And there was this one kid in the Boy Scouts who was a homosexual. And he was always kind of hanging out with the other boys. And it was a little weird at times. And I was like, dude, if he tries to come near me, I'm going to knock him out. And since that time, I had to really kind of check my heart when it dealt with dealing with people who were homosexual. And I realized that I needed to love them, but hate their sin, right? And actually, it was really interesting. When I was in New York City, I actually helped many, many people along with my wife to let go of that wicked, sinful lifestyle. And now they have repented. They're happily married today. Things are going awesome. And so, there are things I've had to learn to really die to my sins and love people. I'll be honest with you, Dr. Drew. I don't think I've ever heard someone tell me that before. Definitely not a minister. I mean, you're talking to me about stuff that, just to be real with you, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that you're willing to tell me stuff like that. Because honestly, sometimes people act like it's always easy to love and to deal with stuff, but it's not. Exactly right. Exactly right. And even in our church, like you'll find that people come from different backgrounds, Afrikaans, Zulu, Sutu, all, and South Africa. We've had to deal with racism, apartheid in the past. There are things that people have had to overcome, but that's the power of God. That's the love of God.